Anyway, welcome back, lads and ladies, to another episode of Rugby20. And today, we've kind of skipped over a division. It's kind of uneventful. You know, I was doing very well. I pretty much steamed through most of the division. It's nothing worth watching. Apart from one game that I'm really upset that I didn't record, because at the time I wasn't able to record it at the time. But that's how it goes. It was this game. On October 31st, week 37, we only managed to score one try and one drop goal against Samoa. Of all teams, Samoa. Samoa is one of those teams where if you get them on a good day, they can destroy you. Like, if you're, I don't know, like say, like a mid-tier team, like, well, I don't want to call out any names, but, Canada. Well, I don't even think they're mid-tier, to be honest. Well, I'd say Samoa or Fiji. Fiji are good. Fiji, I will say, are better than Samoa when it comes to the World Championship. I don't know what they're like off-season, but I know that Samoa can destroy a team once in a blue moon. But when they do it by a country mile. So I was quite lucky to get away with that drop goal near the end of the first half. And then I think by the second half, I was just holding down the entire time. I was trying to keep Samoa away from my backline because my team was so low on stamina and I just couldn't be bothered to change out my players. So I kind of paid dearly for that. Thankfully, I didn't lose though, so that was a plus. But anyway, we are here today after beating Wales. And then we have our next competition against Australia. This is going to be a very tough one, because if England beat South Africa, then we'll face them in the semi-finals, and then no doubt we will be facing the All Blacks in the finals, because I can't see Japan beating the All Blacks, but, you know, it's a computer-generated game, the ratings are a little bit all over the place, so you never know, we could end up facing Japan. That'd be quite interesting, actually, a nice little final between us and Japan. But we're going to go in and have a little game. Never mind, He Levitating is injured. I thought he was already healed. Oh. Do I have a cent? Yes, I do. Maxine, he's crap. We'll use Manu. There we go. Get Manu back on the field. Cause us to lose. I can't remember what the record is. I think it's 4 or 5 or something like that. I think Too Long broke that record recently, didn't they? In 2021, I believe. No, it can't be because COVID was on. We didn't have any rugby World Cups. This year's been beautiful for rugby. Because of COVID and all that, there's been non-stop rugby. I fucking love it. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't mind, football, day in and day out. Normally, I'll only watch my club play if I can, you know, bear it and stuff like that. I mean, don't get me wrong, I support my club and all that. That was a terrible fucking pass. There we go, I'll take that back. I'll support my club, I love to watch Brighton play when they have the opportunity to do well. I mean, that Spurs game, last minute goal, that was beautiful. Nice to see that. I honestly would like to see Brighton go up the standings a little bit, at least up to 6th or 4th, although I'm asking a bit much to go up to 4th basically, because I'd like to see them partake in some more championships really, because more experience gives them more opportunities to do better, and it opens up the club for more players. That's one thing that I'm glad that doesn't happen in rugby, that happens in football, is the ability to buy players. I mean, don't get me wrong, that was terrible. Don't get me wrong, that was the case for a while. There were certain players from certain countries that were being bought in. But the reason why it's different in rugby is that you can only, say if it's international, you can only play for a certain country if a grandparent or a close relative is of that nation, basically. So like my grandfather is half Irish, so if I wanted to, I'd have the opportunity to play for Ireland in the Rugby World Cup if that was an option, basically, you know. It was the same with Haskell as well, I believe, because with James Haskell, I think either his mum or his nan or something, I can't quite remember, was Welsh. So if he wanted to, he could have played for Wales, but instead he chose to play for England. I'm kind of glad he did, really, because without him, I don't really think the Six Nations in early 2016 and 2017 would have been the same without him, really. Such a fantastic player. I might stroke the ego of James Haskell too much, but, you know, I feel like he doesn't get his ego stroked enough, really. The man's a fantastic rugby player and an all-round nice gent.
He's gathered that ball really well.
And kicking for position.
And it ends up safe in his arms.
That was awful.
Couldn't
even block that.
Watson.
Well, at least I didn't run out.
For the ball. And he decides to clear his lines with that kick.
Their ball coverage is pretty good.
Watson takes the ball to the ground. There's a ruck being created.
Can I make the edge? No, I cannot.
Ball
He's gonna get there
taken.
before I get anywhere near it. Fucking hell.
The ball's taken.
They're just keeping me in my half. This sucks.
Well, Watson
We're gonna grabber it.
on.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The referee signals the advantage.
We're offside.
It's a
Don't worry.
free ball.
It's
Let's
okay.
see
It's
what they can
okay.
do with it.
Let them take it back, and then we tackle them again.
Managed to keep possession of
That's
the ball.
fine.
They pile into
There we go. There we go.
Advantage, back to previous foul.
Oh, I thought he was going to call it off after the first tackle. That's a shame. Some refs do that. Oh, you ass.
Let's see how they get on with this
Oh
line
yeah,
out
they
with
get a
everyone
throw in, but when we do it, it's like, no, it's half time. Unbelievable.
in. Well, the throw not quite on the money, but the defending jumper's done really well.
They took the ball in and it's still theirs. Excellent handling.
Yeah, nothing's going to stop
Oh, I
him
was
from
hoping
there.
I could dodge both of
Attacking
them.
team keeps the ball. He just switched off in that tackle.
What are you doing? I have to throw it the other way because you can't line up properly.
And the attack leads to a ruck. They still control the ball and can go wide.
Really? That was dangerous as fuck, man. Come on. Guess that makes this
Referee
easier for me.
decides it is worth a yellow.
Should we scrummage? We're gonna scrummage. Can you get?
Spencer.
Spencer. I think that's only happened to me twice where the audio has just like been cut out or something like that.
The number 9 frees the ball.
Good passing.
Nice.
Well played out wide.
Well done, Pollard.
Such enterprise, and it paid off. Let's have another look at that.
That's one of the best ways to score a try, is do a scrummage, especially when you're close to their line, because most of their big, tanky forwards are there to stop you.
Nil.
That's not the case when it's a scrum though, because most of them, well, all of them are in the scrum, so no one's there to stop you apart from the backs, basically.
First half comes to its conclusion.
All right.
And the second half of the match underway.
Bit of a short kick.
The ball's taken. Too many defensive errors.
Did I just shorthand kick it to my own player? What happened there? That was odd.
He's keeping the ball in play.
He passes the ball.
Oh, 3 of them were played. Oh, 5 of them were played. 6 of them, 7 of them. Oh, Pollard. 8 of them. Pollard played 8 of them.
He was lying in wait. Really sharp thinking for that pass.
There's no
Oh,
great
minor
support
injury,
there.
no.
They took the ball in and it's still theirs. That looks like it'll be a ruck.
Let them tackle, then we throw off. Then we throw off again. Nah, you fucking arsehole. Pollard, where did that god play come from before?
Great
I need that
precision and
again.
really good timing.
My men are not lined up properly. Go wide. I said go wide, you fucking arse. Go wide. Ben, run. Ben, run. Fuck.
The energy, the dynamism of it all. Oh, he's got it out of the tackle. He gives the ball.
Wide. Yes. Woodburn. Yay.
They've always been in charge, and
Ole, ole, ole! Oh, what the fuck? He's levitating in front of him. I tell you what, out of all the teams that had some of the sickest kits, it was Australia. I'm not gonna lie, Australia had some of the most sexiest kits. Like, their yellow one was kind of crap, but their green, oh, it was orgasmic to look at. It has like that beautiful Aboriginal like look to it, with some very interesting patterns alongside of it, and the green was like this kind of emeraldish coloured green that kind of went with it. That was so beautiful. Such a beautiful kit, man. So jealous of the Aussies for that.
He's taken to the ground. Now he has to release the ball.
I know my uncle thanks for that. I know my uncle Dennis enjoys to watch rugby. I mean, how he came over a couple of years back for the 2015 World Cup when I was terrible. I wasn't focusing there. When New Zealand beat Australia for the final. It would have been Australia's third World Cup win as well, oddly enough. They would have been the first to do it if it weren't for South Africa in 2019. Nice.
A ruck's formed.
They still control the ball and can go wide.
So it's nice really that I've got family out there in Australia that I can also help support when it comes to rugby and stuff like that, and they can help support me with mine, and basically it's like a friendly family rivalry thing really. At least England were close. Shame, it would have been nice to face England. Oh no! Damn! I love watching Chris play. He's such a good rugby player. I actually remember that scuff he had with Manu. Was it Manu or... I can't remember if it was Manu or Billy Vanapola. I think it was Manu, yeah, because Chris, like... we do a thing in rugby where, like, there's handbags thrown out of the bag, you know, where, like, we push each other all the time and stuff like that. Anyway, Chris kind of, like, got up to Manu while he was on the floor and just kind of pushed him. It's like, you know, oh, why'd you, like charging me like that? And then Manu just gets up out of nowhere and just punches Chris with a left, right, and an uppercut, basically. Or something like that. And I'm just thinking, what the fuck? Where the fuck did that come from?
When the referee
that was just blatant as fuck, I tell you. I'm surprised he's still playing rugby after that. But yeah, this was back in the day where literally nobody gave a shit if, like, people punched you or not. I mean, it wasn't as like it was in the 1980s. People then didn't give a shit. Like, people did not care if, like, you got, like, a tooth pulled out or something like that and all that shit. But yeah, when Manu did it, people were like, what the fuck? That was horrid. Hit the post.
He's gathered that ball really well.
The interesting thing, though, is that when Ben Flowers did it to somebody, you might not know who Ben Flowers is, but an awful lot of people in the rugby community will know who he is. I'm trying to remember it by memory, but I can't remember who it was he punched. But he... the guy who he punched kind of charged at him like he was about to tackle him. He wasn't even the one with the ball, basically. He was just starting some shit. Which is understandable. Some stuff might have went down and all that. Anyway, Ben just turns around and punches him in the face. And then when he's on the floor, he just, like, boom, just hits him, knuckle straight to the eye in the face. Disgusting. I mean... at least when Manu did it to Chris, it was kind of like a square-up situation, so Chris could defend himself, which he was doing a piss-poor job at, didn't put his hands up or anything. But what Ben Flowers did, he kind of held him to the floor and then punched him in the face. Such a bitch move. And too rightly so, he was suspended and more than likely never played rugby again after that.
A great platform to attack from here, from this rock.
It's kind of depending on the situation with the rugby players and their attitudes and stuff like that. Like that, I'm sorry, I'm not concentrating. Yeah, just as Ben said, I'm not concentrating. So it was kind of like the same situation with like what happened in 2019 with France again screwing their chances out of a World Cup victory. France have it in them to win the World Cup, but they haven't done it yet because of their worst enemies, themselves. They were against Wales, I believe, when it was this big fella as well, Vermeulen or something his name was. He was in the...
Very skillful handling.
He was in a mall with an awful lot of the Welsh players, and he out of nowhere pulls his arm back and elbows this Welsh player in the face. He took it like a champ though. He took it like an absolute champ. And then the guy next to him who elbowed him was like, what the fuck? Hey, ref, he just elbowed him. And too rightly so, he got like sent off for it and got a red for it. But it was just... I'm just standing there.
This is going to be a real struggle.
But it was just so surprising to see something like that. Like just such a blatant elbow like right in front of the ref's face. It was so surprising to see, really.
The ball's taken.
Okay, that went in. Like, no, that went in. You're going to have to replay that, because that went in on my screen.
Okay, that went in.
Just got his
He hit the
timing
post,
totally
went
wrong
through
for
the
that.
post, on the inside. Go Woodburn, get us our second try against South Africa, yes. This is for England.
Finally, the score that settles
This is for England!
that they have been searching for.
Oh, yes, well,
This is for
enjoy the replay.
2019, you motherfuckers! That was our year! We beat the All Blacks and everything!
Oh wow.
I hit the post again! What is with my kicking? I'm terrible today.
They set up a ruck.
But honestly, if I had to give one of their players a nickname, I would honestly give Faf de Klerk the name Lion, just because of his mane, because he's just got this gorgeous long locks of blonde hair and stuff like that. It just like suits him so well to be called Lion because of his locks of blonde hair. It's quite unfortunate as well because he plays for the Sale Sharks in the Gallagher Premiership, which is nice really to have a fantastic scrum half in a team such as Sale. And he's retired now, unfortunately, which is a really, really big shame. Such a good rugby player. Good scrum half too. Nice. We'll end on a drop goal. Fuck it. Couldn't get the bonus point. We'll take the 15 though. Nice little drop goal. Reminiscent of 1995.
To say goodbye. Pleasure having your company this evening.
Same time next week, Nick.
Same time next week. It's literally just us against the All Blacks now. This is gonna be fun. Free? Really? I thought it was more than 2. I'm trying to remember what it was called.
Still have control of the ball. There's the tackle. Here's the ruck being created.
Like, I know the name of it. I mean, hell, I've done the haka myself.
It has been coming for some time.
They've had all the momentum and they didn't flinch when it mattered.
I think it's Waka and Rombo or something like that. I might have mistranslated it, but it's something along those lines.
Well, look at the
Like the original
concentration on the
haka
kicker's face.
was made, good old fellas, quite a few thousand years ago, by
Nope, he's missed it.
this Maori chap that was trying to escape, and this being, like this deity in this waterfall, gave him sanctuary, and he created a haka as a way of thanks or something like that.
Got underneath it. Superb.
It's really good history that went into that haka.
So it's a full 7.
And I kind of like how they added that into their own haka with their own vivid history of rugby over the years and over the centuries, basically. Like, they're a very dominant force, and only recently they've been kind of hitting a stale... Oh, I wouldn't even say it was stale. Like, of course teams lose an awful lot, and the All Blacks do lose, but it's expected of them to win. That's how good they are. That is how good the All Blacks are. Like, they're pressured to win. Because what happens when you win is that you have to keep on winning, basically, because the weight of expectancy is on you, basically, to do that. I'm actually surprised I'm able to score a try against them at this point, really, because they have got brilliant coverage. I've had to throw wide here just to make a couple of inches. I might have to rely on some drop goals sooner or later.
It's a ruck, and they keep.
Alright, we're going to try a play. We're going to do the pot of free. Here we go.
Spencer.
He offloads the ball out of the tackle.
Go on, Ben. Go on, Ben. There we go. Lovely.
They needed the score, and it's worked.
Quick little set play up for us. Beautifully done. What's also impressive is that Richie McCaw was the only captain of the same team to lift the Webb Ellis World Cup twice. Imagine that. Impressive.
To convert the try, here's the kicker.
Although there's still time for Khaleesi to at least match that score when the 2023 World Cup comes around.
No, that's gone too far.
Kind of hoping that's not the case, really, because South Africa... Well, it's the same with most other teams. The only team that has won the World Cup twice has been New Zealand.
The ball goes into touch.
So everybody has the same stigma of like, oh, you're not gonna like get it the second time around this year, basically.
Good throw by Cassian.
If anyone is gonna win it, it's gonna be France. I feel like France and New Zealand or South Africa are the favourites to take it, basically.
Kept possession at the back of this ruck.
Of course I'm rooting for England, but at the end of the day,
A few minutes before the end of
if
the
Eddie
first
doesn't
half.
change anything about his rucks, his set plays, his players, then we are just not going to get anywhere. Like, we are just not getting there. We've got the talent, we've got the youth on our side, but we just don't have that thing, that little fight that other teams have, like Wales. Like, if we had Wales's determination, we would do great things. Like, they were able to, like, literally get a Grand Slam 3 times. Well, no, they got a Grand Slam, but they won the Six Nations, like, 3 years in a row. That's impressive. All based on their determination and their leadership from Elwyn Jones. And their fantastic coaching from Warwick Gatland. Such a shame that he retired. Like, Warwick Gatland was a fucking amazing coach. Imagine if he was on our side for England. Damn! We would make magic, honestly.
Good passing.
Warwick Gatland is just an amazing coach.
They need support, and they've kept possession at the back of this
Right, we're just going to go for a drop
They're
goal.
really intent on keeping this
That was
ball
awful.
alive.
That was awful. I did not react fast enough.
Ball is kicked clear.
The ball is
They're willing to
taken
fight
clean.
on a little bit more for it, and I'm willing to fight too.
This is gonna
Take
be a
on that
real
defence.
struggle. They've held on to the ball.
I'm not making this. Oh, if I make this. No, I'm not making it.
Nil.
Oh, I'll catch it.
And that one
Ah,
goes into touch.
damn you. I was hoping he'd run for
Referee
it.
signal. Great platform
I
to
kick?
attack from
Why would I
from this ruck.
kick? I wanted you to try, man. Why are you kicking? Oh my god. Now we have to try again. We have to try and do the scrum again. What? They go for a... What? That's a scrum!
Hits the ball.
That's a scrum if I've ever
So
seen one.
safe under the high ball.
That's horseshit.
Well taken.
And he kicks the ball clear. He's gathered that ball really
Give me that
well.
fucking ball. Give me that fucking ball.
The ball's been burgled.
Nice.
Gets back onto
A
his feet to
sidestep.
challenge.
You weren't there? Oh my god.
So now we
That was
come
so
to the end of our
disappointing.
get-together today.
That was such a disappointing
Thanks to
final.
both teams and their players for
No.
some magnificent rugby today.
Thank you.
Ah.
And to you as well, Ben, for keeping me company today. Have an excellent evening. See you soon.
England at least beat the All Blacks in 2019 by at least more than 2 tries. New Zealand could only get 1 try that game. Well, at least we shut them out. Lovely. We got teams like Leicester Tigers. We got the Gloucester Lions as well. God, Gloucester are such a fun club to watch play. Gloucester are one of those teams that come so close to winning it all, but they just get egg on their face at the end, and it is so heartbreaking. So it was really lovely to like watch them back in the day, like in the early 2000s, when they won a couple of games against some Irish clubs and stuff like that, and some of their own teams. It was so good, so lovely. I think Wasps beat them, I think, for 1 championship was so heartbreaking to see. At the time, I was supporting Wasps, so I was happy nonetheless, really. That was like back when Wasps club had a future, basically. I'm not saying the Wasps club doesn't have a future. They do play good games. I mean, at least they're not like Bath of today. Like, the thing with Bath is that you watch them in hoping to see them win. And they did win this season. They ended the drought. They did win. I think it was against Bristol Bears? I think it was a very notable... No! It was Leicester Tigers, I think. I think it was Leicester Tigers because it was their first loss of the season. Like, Leicester Tigers this season went 10-0. Never heard of before. They went 10-0. And then Bath came out of nowhere and fucking destroyed them. I might have to look this up, actually. But I think I'm on, like, if memory serves me, it was Bath that stopped the Tigers' like reign of undefeatedness this season. So yeah, that was quite interesting to see. But anyway, that was another episode of Rugby20. I hope you all enjoyed it as we get to face off against teams such as South Africa and New Zealand. When you join me next time, we'll probably be somewhere near the end of this division. I won't be doing like the friendlies and stuff like that because it's kind of a waste of time. Just want to show off the more important games and stuff like that. And yeah, I can't wait for next time to talk more rugby with you guys because I enjoy it, I love it, and I am hoping and praying that you guys enjoy this as well with me, really. So, with that, lads and ladies, I thank you ever so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next episode. Take care, my friends.